Morning YouTube, happy November 9th. Today we're doing some more Lost Ark and we're looking at the Gunslinger. This is the female version of the Gunslinger, so she's the one with the like triple skill tree. So she has all three skill trees on the same rotation, and so we'll look at some of those skills. We'll go through the dungeon, and we're doing Aquilok's head in this video, so it's a little bit of a preview of what the female gunslinger looks like, and then also this dungeon. So doing this dungeon on hard mode, and we did group up for a party today, so let's hop in. All right, so as we mentioned, we are looking at the Gunslinger. This is the female version. She doesn't have any advanced skill like trees. She has 3 different skill trees mixed into one, which you get to swap to. So as we load in, you've got on Kumo Mountain is the area that we're at. We are sitting here with some friends. Now, when you go into these dungeons, you can click on them and just queue up, which is kind of cool. It's not like WoW back in the day where you actually sat around and waited for people and then partied up there. And there's no roles to the dungeons, so anybody can join. Looks like it's kind of a first in, first out sort of queue situation. So go ahead and click on that. We recommended item level is 60. My item level is 71 right now, so we're gonna hit hard. Hard doesn't change the item level recommendation, which is kind of strange. Not quite sure what it does, but TBH, we're gonna queue up for this. Matchmaking right now is generally going pretty quick, so pretty excited about that. Hope it stays that way whenever the game finally opens in February, March. All right, so we got some people here. Doing Aquilok's head hard. We've got 4 people. These are 4-person dungeons, and we should see a little bit of the story as well as we go through here. Dungeons are pretty straightforward so far. They don't have any maze parts. They do have a little bit of story in them. You know, there's some folks that obviously they get poisoned right here. So we have the border guard. We're supposed to kill whatever's poisoning this place. So we're gonna go in here, find a big sea snakey guy. Right there, we're using our 2-step attack. So we press A, and then you find a target, and then you press A again, and it drops in that meteor. Right there, sort of our spray and play attack. Easy for you to say. Right now, we're just taking care of some of these little flying guys. Right now, they're kind of like giant wasps. We got a pretty good party so far. Everybody seems to be appropriately leveled. Taking care of these pretty easily. On the far left side, you can see everybody's health bars. You can see what class they are. Looks like we have an assassin. Looks like we have a couple of paladins as well. There is a party chat function that is on all the time. You can chat in party. It looks like you can configure that to be always on, so you can do voice with party. You don't even have to step into Discord if you don't want to. Cleaning up a few of these mobs. Now that guy's gonna go down there. I guess he's looking for chests, but there's really nothing there. But if you look in the top right, we can actually see there is the mini map shows each party member, and everybody has a number, so it corresponds to the number on the left hand side. So you can see where player 4 is at all times by just looking for the 4 on the mini map. And the 1 with the big circle is the objective, and so it always tells you right now we're defeating the Plague Legion demons that block our way. We are 47% done with that, so we're gonna go through and clean up these mobs. All right, 1 more to kill and we'll be out of here. My group doesn't seem to know that we need to kill that last one, so they let me solo it. How generous. Now we have 1 mob over here who has like a little plus sign over his head. It usually means it's like an elite one, so they have different skills. Gonna pop a potion there. You can see when we swap to those skill tabs, if we tab, it swaps me to the right. If I click my mouse button, it swaps me to the left. And we have a shotgun tab. We have a gun stance, which I'm in gun stance right now. The orange is gun stance. That's your normal one. And then you have a long range rifle, which is the purple tab. So my rotation with the Gunslinger right now has been starting gun stance, let the cooldowns happen on the other two tabs, and then usually swap to the long range first. This part's really weird because it looks like you're just running into the rocks, but you're actually going under. Visually, they need to kind of fade those rocks out so you know you need to go under them. It's not very apparent. So here in a minute, we'll swap over and actually use the purple tab like so. And then when I hit A, that is going to be my, basically my super shot. We're going to pop it on this guy right here. Quite a big boss looking character here in the middle. And then we swap back to the gun stance. So the rotation, good rotation to start out is actually when you're far away, swap to the long range rifle, pop A, then swap over if you're going to get in close, swap over to the shotgun tab and go in, and you start out with the Q skill, which is a really big blast. It takes a little bit to wind up. I've also unlocked a free shot blast that's pinned to my W key right now. So open up with those two, and then I swap back to gun stance and let those cooldowns happen. And you can keep using that rotation as you go through mobs, and it works really well. Alright, we gotta go through this area. We have two sections that we've got to clear out, and you can see on the map there's a little a bull skull figure that indicates we have sort of a mini boss over here, so we're gonna have to take care of those. These little guys have like crazy. These plate keepers have insane health bars for some reason. It took quite a bit longer to kill for our group than others, and then that one right there is an elite. You can see the health bars. Sometimes they have like ×2, ×3. This elite plate keeper had at least a ×2. And game gives you friendly reminders that you need to use a health potion. Yes, thank you, game. Thank you, game. Appreciate it. Always trying to help me out. Alright, took care of that area. Now we're gonna head up and take care of these. We gotta take care of 3 of the Mara snakes. You can see some of these on the health bars. You can see they have push immunity. It means that they're not affected by knockback attacks. There's one of the snakes that we need to take care of, is outlined in orange. You can see they have a health bar ×2, level 17. Make some quick work of them. We have one last snake to take care of before we can move on. And there you go. I haven't actually seen anybody die in a dungeon yet. Not sure if you can res them. I'm not sure if they go back to the beginning. So we'll have to figure that out and see. I don't really want to test it because I don't want to be that guy. Pop a potion. Head into the fight. We've got to kill 8 of the plague pouches in the plague farm. Basically big gooey things that are out here, and these little plague keepers are going to keep coming out in waves. Gunslinger is really good at keeping her range. She can always hop over enemies. She has a good dash maneuver as well. And then if you hit E, it's kind of like a slide to get away, and then you hit E again and it pops a shot as well, which is a little bit more powerful than your normal shot. Swap over that long range, take care of a nice, you can bait some enemies and have them follow you in a nice line. They start filing up in single file. And then you can swap over to the rifle, pop them with that heavy shot, and then swap back. And it takes care of quite a few by doing that. Alright, we're still 2 out of 8, so we gotta continue popping all these things that are out here. They're gonna explode with more of these plague keepers. It's not too bad of a little area here. It is just quite tedious finding all the things. So you can split up here as your group, or if you stay together, it's fine. But this little area was a, it seems like it was a secret because it's not marked on the map. So we went through here, but Didn't really find anything. No secrets to be found in the dungeons so far. And unlike World of Warcraft, like the dungeons in WoW, you had things you could do, little mini objectives. This one gives you the objectives as you go. There's not anything secret like finding little artifacts on the way, or finding little things, or killing certain mobs that give you drops. There are just and there's no chest looting, so there's no fighting over who gets the loot, or no gambling or rolling for loot. Everybody seems to get their own loot, and you really only get drops at the end. You get a little bit of silver. Get a little bit of silver as you go, which is helpful, but that's about it. And the end boss has a chance to drop a few things that are of higher quality, so we'll check those out whenever we get to the boss. The two dungeons we've done so far have been similar in style, which means they're not very hard to navigate. They give you pretty clear direction. They're pretty linear. The side tunnels haven't had any loot or chests or drops or anything like that. You can tell that guy's a WoW player. He's like, I need to check. I gotta check the side. I gotta go check the side. There's gonna be a chest over there. And here we are. Boss scenario. The cutscenes are pretty cool in this game, not gonna lie. Alright, so you see we have a level 15 Plaguebringer ×7 push immunity and status effect resistance. If you can get that bar down, then you can eliminate that resistance. So you can see as we fight this enemy, you can see the health bar moving down, but you can also see the resistance bar moving down. If we can get that bar all the way down, they will become quite vulnerable. Fight doesn't really have many mechanics. It does have a stomp mechanic that pushes you out. And it also has, like I call a hall of mirrors, or a skill similar to what the wizard has in Diablo 3, where you create clones of yourself. You can quickly destroy these clones. You can see that push immunity going down. It's in the red right now. Getting pretty close to knocking that out. They have nice warnings to tell you when they're going to proc a skill that is going to affect you. So just like in WoW, so you can see how they're stunned right now. You're going to go in, and once you get that bar down, you really want to put in some DPS. So you can tell the whole group has gone in. And they're going to get that bar back, of course, and so it makes the fight a little bit slower after that. But you can continue to work on it again. Boss just has 2 health bars right now. Launch one of those big shots, swap back to the other stance, get out of that way with some evasive maneuvers. Final health bar, everybody unload on the boss. He is going to split out. He does have a teleport function. That orb I just sent there with R is kind of like a slow orb shot that continuously damages anything that gets in its way. You can tell that the knockback of this boss is quite powerful. And there we go.
It's too late. The orb of contamination is ready. All that live shall succumb to decay.
Foul energy. Get back! It's too dangerous! This foul orb must be contained. Wow. I think I did it.
I think I did it. He does everything, by the way.
Why would the demons do this?
Because they're
Darkness
demons.
always be
Duh.
at war with the light. I may have the power of a demon, choose to use it to help people.
Always have. Always will.
And there we go. So we've grabbed our loot, and you can play this cool little song to get out of the dungeon. And it's actually part of your journey to figure that out. So the first dungeon we went to, we could actually leave. There was an exit, and seemingly there's a tutorial that says, hey, you need to play this song to get out of the dungeon. And the NPC will actually ask you, hey, how did you get out of here? And you got to tell them, oh yeah, I used the dungeon. So we got a pair of pants, level 95. And we also got a nice upgrade to our shoulders. We got an artifact item that we can add to our journal. Got a nice little hat. That's a slight upgrade. And there we go. Dungeon complete.